Palma. Oh,
Oh, man.
that's unfair, and Palma 7 points in the game.
To Del Fuentes.
Oh, wow.
Delgado makes the shot and knocks it down. Malonia is open. 3-point.
Goodness! Face a jumper by Robin Celis.
Natalgero has time.
Now it's Martin Rosso. Turnaround jumper. Oh my goodness.
Second game of your Tuesday triple header dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League Season 7. We are the Philor Center in San Juan. Two North Division teams going at it dito sa ating second game. Mitchell Mines and the rest of the Bataan Risers trying to hold on to that number 10 spot in the North. And Robbie Celis naman and the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards 2 weeks removed from their first defeat of the season. Nueva Ecija and Bataan battle it out sa ating second game ngayong gabi. Si Dev Tupas kasama si Javi Palanya. Magandang gabi po mga kaliga. And these two teams have been needing to bounce back in very important games para sa very important ang kanilang matchup ngayong gabi.
You're right. Itong Bataan, they're trying to hold on to that 10th spot in the Northern Division. Well, Nueva Ecija, as we all know, lost a tough one to the Abra Weavers on their home floor. Their very first loss of the season. And kawawa nga ang Bataan because sila ang mabubuntungan ng iron nito ng Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. But if they can do their best to try and stop that, then this could be a very big win para sa kanila.
Well, it could be interesting if they do come up with a strong performance today. And syempre, makakasama natin mamaya si Lyra Punsalan. We'd like to greet everyone on Facebook and on YouTube. And syempre, we are live on Solar Sports every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays starting at 6 p.m. Diretso tayo sa ating team standings where the two teams are at the moment. And with Quezon City winning earlier, they are now at 6-14. And that's why Bataan needs to avoid defeat because that would pull them even sa loss column with Quezon City. Nueva Ecija naman with a chance to make it a three-way tie at the top of the North as well.
Yeah, and that's why Bataan, this is a must-win para sa kanila because Quezon City is already breathing down their necks and they would want to avoid getting tied in that loss column as you mentioned. For them to win this game, they're gonna be ahead of both Quezon City and Pasig with 8 wins.
Oh, no, our key players, particularly for Bataan here, and these trio actually led the way against Mindoro. It was a 2-point loss para dito sa Risers, and Chris Javier, Hubert Cani, and Mitchell Mines carrying the fight para dito sa Risers. And Mines back to his usual high-flying ways. And Cani knocking down shots from the outside. And they need more of this from these three players if they want to pull off an upset tonight.
I think yun rin naman talaga yung inaasahan ng Bataan management when they brought in both Chris Javier and Hubert Cani, and Mitchell Mines, also relatively new player. He came in from Pampanga the last year. For me, this is a big three that they can really work with, and if these three guys, as you mentioned, can actually put on these similar numbers or maybe even better numbers moving forward, this would push Bataan maybe even into the top 8.
Yeah, and 17 rebounds para kay Mitchell Mines. That's, I think, his career high dito sa MPBL. Para naman sa Nueva Ecija, we did witness Abra's brilliance in that game, but I mentioned itong mga players ng Nueva Ecija na hindi nagpakita in that game. Will McAloney held to 7 points. John Wilson, the former MVP, held to 3 points. And Toto Villarias, the former finals MVP, also held to 3 points.
Yeah, and aside from only just 7 points for Will McAloney, he also contributed to 4 of the 19 turnovers for Nueva Ecija in that game, which really prevented them from getting back. They were down by as much as 21 points in that game. But when Byron Villarias also and John Wilson are misfiring, this prevents an easier time for Will McAloney inside.
Well, the thing is, when you play against Abra, you cannot afford an off night from your key players, your important players. Maybe in some other teams, medyo kaya, kakayanin yun. Pero against Abra, that won't cut it. if you're Nueva Ecija. On the other hand, Captain Rob Celis shrugged off a slow start, finished with 18 points, 16 in the second half, but it was too little too late here para dito kay Captain Clutch.
Yeah, it was really just a lack of help para kay Robbie Celis, but we've seen him deliver time and time again in the second half, particularly in the fourth quarter in numerous games, especially in that game against Zamboanga where they could have had already their first loss of the season, but they were able to salvage that. And let's hope that Robbie Celis, I'm sure Coach Don Dula is hoping for another strong performance galing sa kanya, pero importante na mag-step up pa rin yung tatlong players na na-mention natin kanina, Will Macaloni, Byron Villarias, and John Wilson.
Let's go to Miguel Pereira for the starting lineups. It's Bataan versus Nueva Ecija.
Live on the 2025 Manny Pacquiao MPBL Season 7. Here are the starters. First, for the One Bataan Risers, Kamaya Coast. Starting at forward number 2, Carl Bringas. Also at forward number 23, Rinwil Yambing. Coming in at center, number 4, JL Capulong. To guard number 9, Jeff Santos. And at 1 guard number 3, Alfred Flores. The head coach for Bataan is Goody Ilagan with Ogie Gumatay, Arvin Ginto, Paul de la Cruz, Venebrina, Prince Cruz, Louis Cortina, Marvin Molines, Erwin Lozada, Frederick Francisco, and Gary David. Assistant team manager Shai Evangelista. Team managers Ariel Joaquin and attorney Gary Palmero. Team owner is Luis Valenzuela. Here comes the starting 5 for the Season 4 champions, Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards Megabet. Starting at guard number 2, JP Calvo. Also at guard number 51, Big Bang Toto, Byron Villarias. Playing center number 14, Will Macaloni. Small forward number 25, MJ Ayay. And at power forward number 8, Robbie Celis. The head coach for Nueva Ecija is Don Dulay. Assistant coaches Rob Wainwright, Matt Macalintal, Arnold Oliveros, Jonathan Uiloan, Rick Season, and James Bartolome. Assistant team manager Jen Dignadice. Team consultant is Von Monta. Team manager Raymond Dizon.
Starting 5 is brought to you by 1xBet, and a sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Bataan starts with Alfred Flores, Jeff Santos, JL Capulong, William Bing, and Carl Bringas. Nueva Ecija naman has JP Calvo, Toto Villarias, Will Macaloni, Robbie Celis, and MJ Ayay. Our officiating crew will be led by Alan Manzano, kasama ni si Manuel Binondo, Leonardo Layosa. The substitute referee is Zen Manansala.
A totally different starting lineup for Nueva Ecija in this game. JC and JV Marcelino will not be in the starting unit para dito sa Nueva Ecija. Instead, JP Calvo starting at that guard spot. As MJ Ayay also manning one of the wing positions for the Rice Vanguards.
Parang, alam mo, Javi, ito si Alfred Flores. Parang, di ba last season mukhang Toto ito? Pagbalik, parang, parang mama na. And that's not a knock on Alfred. He's really bulked up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This season. But he commits the turnover. Ayay with the steal. MJ. That ball knocked away from MJ Ayay. It's back to Bataan.
Yeah, that's off his leg. Could have been an easy 2 points, but credit to the Bataan defense for trying to get back and preventing the easy 2 points for MJ Ayay. Pati si Coach Ogie Gumatay nagpalit rin ng konti ng starting lineup niya dito, having Rin William Bing start in place of Dante Pagio, who started last game, as well as Jeff Santos starting in lieu of Dom Vera.
Will Macaloni try to get him going early on. Ayay to Toto Villarias will fire, and it's short. Rebound. Toto, JP Calvo. Naming Toto pala dito sa...
Di ba nakakalito yan pag practice?
Calvo is fouled. And, you know, if you're Alfred Flores and you look at JP Calvo, maybe someone you could, you know, pattern your game after.
Yeah, I don't doubt it, because, you know, JP Calvo showed us that despite his height, he has gone places already, despite the lack of height, and that's because of sheer hard work and determination. He already has had the talent. Yun na lang talaga, tinanabaho niya lang talaga ng trinabaho.
Oh, and you know, he played in the MPBL in the first season with Navotas, and then bumalik siya dito last season, and yung value niya from that first season to now, mas mataas na because of his experience.
Tama ka dyan. And that's why, Coach Don Dulay, despite already having a very loaded guard lineup, still opted to get ito si JP Calvo his services during that trade window to try and shore up even further yung kanilang rotation dahil hindi ka rin nakakasigurado. And, we saw that in their last game how despite their strong start to this season, they weren't enough for the Abra Weavers.
Robbie Celis. Nanigay kay MJ Ayaay. Toto Villarreal with a 3.
That's more in rhythm. I think that's a better setup para kay Byron Villarreal instead of the previous one that they attempted during that first play. That's a very beautifully made delivery by Bringas to Jeff Santos. Usually, Bataan, they really run those backdoor plays from that elbow. It's Jabil Gabawan who usually delivers those kinds of passes.
Robbie Celis. The crossover from Captain Robbie. Finger roll won't go. Flores looks ahead. And that's on Toto Villarreal. Check out this three-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances.
Just a little screen right there set by Robbie Celis na talagang ginamit na maayos ni Byron Villarreal, opening himself up for that three-point shot.
Chris Xavier has entered the game. Another foul on Toto.
Yeah,
Those are two quick ones.
It looks like they're gonna try to challenge this one, are they? Humingi siya ng challenge pero I don't think Coach Don Dulay will oblige.
Yeah, got a lot of the arm, really. Santos finds Flores. Against Robbie Celis. Alfred traveled.
Definitely took an extra step when he gathered in the motion of that shot. If you look at these two teams, they're actually almost built the same. Very good guard rotation, has solid wings, and very capable big men. But obviously, Nueva Ecija, the more experienced team and the team that has racked up numerous wins, only coming up with a single loss so far here in this tournament. Meanwhile, Bataan has really had a lot of struggles this year despite the makeup of their roster.
It's poor execution of the pass, leading to a turnover.
And I think that's the key word there, Sidel. The execution, that is really where Nueva Ecija has excelled at. While Bataan has had night and day in terms of being able to execute, especially in the half court.
And Robbie Celis going to work underneath. Bringas is whistled for the personal. Coach Goody right there for Bataan. Robbie at the line. Nails the first free throw.
He's on pace for another All-MPBL selection this year to si Robbie Celis.
And all of the big Nueva Ecija wins on the marquee matchups, Robbie Celis pretty much was the best player of those games. Probably outside of that win against Pasay.
Yeah. That's really where he shines, and that's how big players really come up. They come up in the biggest moments. They embrace those kinds of situations.
Bringas, the high-arcing three goes down.
I believe it's crucial for Carl Bringas to become an offensive threat in this game, and that's good that he is able to knock down that three-point shot in order to try and get some energy out of Robbie Celis in this game, try and make him defend.
Santos to Javier. Under pressure. Hubert Cani. Nakapasok lang. Javier. One more pass. Bringas at three. In and out. Rebound. Will Macaloni.
It could have been a big shot that could have pushed Bataan into the driver's seat.
Pass to Wilson. The foul on the driving Robbie Celis. Seven to 5 is the count. Nueva Ecija ahead. Robbie Celis against Bringas. There's a double team. Ayay for three. No. Wilson the tip in. Still no go. And Bringas secures the board. Back the other way. Hubert Cani. Uses the Javier pick. Not the pick ni Macaloni. And Will Macaloni will go to the line for 2 free throws. He's fouled by Jeff Santos.
Ang maganda yung naging basa ng depensa doon ng Nueva Ecija. Bataan, they played with a two-man game on the left side, but there was a guy on the corner. So Nueva Ecija deciding to switch, and Hubert Cani could not take advantage of Will Macaloni on him dahil may tao nga doon sa kanto, wala siyang espasyo para makadrive.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Maraming salamat. LGR, here's a Macaloni. 2 for 2. Mitchell Maynes comes in para kay William Bing. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the first. Lamang ang Nueva Ecija ng 4. Cani. Goes to Javier. Nearly lost it. Maynes. Wilson bothering him. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Maynes, the crossover. Almost a strip by Wilson. Fade away by Mitchell. No good. Calvo able to knock that ball away. Ayay to Wilson. Pulls the trigger. Maynes grabs the rebound. Cani. Hubert fires. No. Robbie Celis with a rebound. Toto Calvo will slow things down. Ayay, Macaloni now. To the left. Wilson misfires. Rebound nakuha ni Calvo. Back to Ayay. Drives the right. Nandun si Maynes. Robbie Celis has it. 3 seconds. Crossover. Robbie! With a beautiful move for his 4th point of the ball game.
You know, Bringas might have been there to keep it step with him, but Celis gained that angle in order for him to finish that right-hand layup.
Santos with 8 seconds to work with. There's a foul on John Wilson. This is the play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Just so hard to stay in front of Robbie Celis when he shakes and bakes.
Simple lang talaga siya gumalaw. You know, he's not very flashy with his moves, but so effective. Just like Yves Sazon when he gets an open look from the perimeter.
11 to 7. Sazon fresh off the bench ng dalawa ni Jamil Gabawan. Calvo fires. Short rebound ni Gabawan. Hubert Cani. Gabawan top of the key. The handoff to Yves. Nabitawan ng bola. It's off to the races. Ayay.
That's a good foul.
Fouled hard by Jamil Gabawan, preventing the 3-point play opportunity.
Coach Nogi Gumatay trying to argue for a foul on the previous sequence. He might have thought that natamaan niya si Ives Sazon as he tried to go for that handoff after that down screen action on the right side. Ayay knocking down that first free throw. Coach Don Dulay right there. He has been in close coordination with Robbie Celis this entire season, which has enabled the success of Nueva Ecija for the most part, only losing once.
12-7. Nueva Ecija with a 5-point advantage. Minus against Wilson. Lumapit si Mitchell. Oh, bully ball. Mitchell minus.
What about the former Pampanga Giant Lantern taking the former MVP to school there, using a little of that chicken wing to free himself from the defense of John Wilson.
Calvo finds Macaloni, who gets a running start for the reverse.
Definitely fully unbothered right there as the defense was trying to sweep him up for that block upstairs. Just took that extra step on the way to that reverse. Beautifully done para kay Will Macaloni.
This is the assist of the game, brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Those long strides helping him in order for him to finish on the other side, but also great pass by JP Calvo.
Gabawan, this is the free throw. Five points and 7 rebounds ang kanyang averages this season. 14-10 is the count. 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first period. Lamang ang Nueva Ecija. JV and JC Marcelino are in the game. Macaloni, atake sa gitna. He's blocked, but a foul on a white shirt.
Everybody knows that whatever happens, Will Macaloni is going left, and yet few have succeeded in stopping him.
Billy Ray Robles comes in para kay Robbie Celis. Jammer Hamito, papalitan si Will Macaloni after this free throw. He's got 5 points, Will Macaloni. He's 2 points shy of his output against Abra. 2 for 2 for Will. And Jammer comes in. 16-10. 2:25 left. Pressure here from Bataan.
Just incredible the depth that Nueva Ecija has. Imagine mo talaga, pagkaupo ni Robbie Celis, ang pumasok si Billy Ray Robles. Pagkaupo ni Will Macaloni, ang pumasok si Jammer Hamito.
Yeah, and that is how pretty much how you build, contenders. Kailangan down to the 12th, 13th guy, all capable of making something happen on the court.
Pero ang importante dyan, Sedef, we've also seen how it's not just about getting the big names and getting all the experience that you can have. It's all about making sure that you develop that chemistry as well. And Nueva Ecija, these guys definitely play well as a unit, like one well-oiled machine.
It's 18-10 after that basket from Jammer Hamito. Unselfish play here from the former MVP, John Wilson.
He has shown us that he's not just a scorer, but also a very willing passer. Ito si John Wilson.
Perhaps the biggest game of the season at that point. Abra with an 82-71 win over Nueva Ecija. And even though Rice Vanguards actually shot better, nakita natin, very relentless itong Abra in pretty much all departments, and the quality of that squad matched by that effort, and too much para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
It's virtually going to be unstoppable for any team if Abra continues to play at that level, because you already have such amazing firepower offensively, and you couple that with the intensity that they show defensively, along with their length and their athleticism. It's just so tough. Imagine forcing a team like Nueva Ecija into 19 turnovers. This is a team that is supposedly very good at taking care of the basketball, especially in tight situations.
Amito, easy too. Nice setup galing kay JC Marcelino. 20-12, 8-point lead restored. Kani. Assist story, 8 para sa Nueva Ecija, 3 para sa Bataan. Ives Sazo on the crossover. And Wilson with the steal. And that's an offensive foul on Jammer Hamito. You know, an interesting matchup here, Avi, actually. We have two of the most the players with the most points in league history.
You're right. Ives Sazon and John Wilson.
Sila ang nagbabantayan nga ngayon, no?
Tama ka dyan. Number 1 and
Two
number
members
2.
of the elite 2,000-point club.
The only 2 members of the 2,000-point club. But I'd love to see a shootout.
Sazon with a steal. Finds Minus. The kick out. Dom Vera for 3. In and out. Rebound nakuha ni Jammer Hamito.
Good luck by Vera, just unable to hit it. But he's been quite lights out the past few games para sa Bataan Risers. Ito si Dom Vera. He's found his stride offensively.
It's taken away by Vera. 20 seconds remaining. Minez with a catch. Minez! Gliding and scoring para sa Bataan. 20-14. And last shot time para dito sa Rice Vanguards. 3 seconds. JV Marcelino, he's fouled by Kani.
I'm not quite too sure with the call from our angle here. It was behind us. But definitely, if it was a foul indeed, that was definitely a bad decision by Hubert Cani. Let's take a look at what happened here.
Oo, palapit itong si Marcelino.
Yeah, he prevented JV from having a good landing. So yeah, from that replay, definitely a foul there. And Hubert should know better. He's not a newbie here in the league. And you know, dying seconds, you know, you're already on the verge of trying to get momentum on your side. These things just hinder you from moving forward positively.
Two for two para kay JV Marcelino. And Dom Vera will launch it and miss. And that's it for the first 10 minutes of this ball game. The Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards in control after 8-point lead para sa kanila.
Execution nearing perfect. Almost the whole first quarter para sa Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Although Mitchell Minus really helping Bataan get out of that hole. They're only down by 8 points here, but Will Macaloni, you know, different guys stepping up here for the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. 22-14 at the end of 1.
The Nueva Ecija coaching staff did not sugarcoat it. Even though it is my first time covering for them this season, yung hapdi daw ng talo nila sa Abra, andun pa rin and valid. It was proof that we're not good enough, they admitted. Pero this time they said they are much wiser dahil dun daw nasabi na kailangan talaga ng regrouping at ngayon may good regrouping na nga with the players at kahit na medyo mainit daw ang ulo ni Coach Ton sa umpisa, they all came to terms with the loss as a blessing in disguise. Better na ma-expose ang mga lapses early against a potential finals rival. The focus now is on outsmarting the explosive young guns and they do that by studying film and player tendencies. Ayun na nga, mind over mileage ang peg nila as the playoffs is fast approaching. Sidalf, Javi.
Thank you so much, Lyra. You know, that was a tough loss for Nueva Ecija. Tough but not fatal. And that's the most important thing at the moment.
And one might argue that mas mabuti nang nangyari sa kanila yun during the regular season kesa sa playoffs. You know, that's a good barometer for them to check where they really are as a team. You know, having not lost in 18 games, sometimes, you know, has its cons as well. In that time against Abra, na-expose yung kanilang mga weaknesses, and I think Coach Don Dulay welcoming it for them to be able to learn how to improve as they wind down the regular season habang may oras pa.
Dom Vera against JC Marcelino. There's a double team. Cabawan swings it over to Minus. The extra pass. Sazon unable to hit. Hamito gets a running start, and that's a travel.
He wanted to go to his left. That's the problem with Jammer. And you never really like to give your big man that kind of lane. Malayo pa sila sa basket knowing na wala naman talaga sila masyadong capability to handle the ball.
And Nick Demus is staying in step. Whistle going against Nick.
One of the guys that was brought in, you know, primarily to match up with a guy like David Defonso. He played almost 12 minutes in that game against Abra, but he was nowhere near stopping the freight train. That was the Sheriff, who scored 25 points in that game.
(24-14). Vera spins, finds Octubre, he gets it back, open three. Dom Vera misfires from that same spot for the second time.
Both teams unable to really get something going from the outside just yet in this game. They're a combined 2 of 13 sa laro na to. Oh, JC Marcelino. When he's going left, he's going to be tough to stop, especially when he gets the step.
JC.
See here, just a little jab. Naiwan na agad si Sazon. Minus tried to anticipate a charge, but instead, JC went up, 2-foot gather, hung in the air as long as he could, and a little double pump for that shot.
And JC completes the three-point play. It's 27-14. And just like that, lumalayo na dito ang Nueva Ecija.
They're doing it on both sides of the floor. Defensively, pinapahirapan nila. They're forcing Bataan into really late shot clock situations, which adds pressure to their shots. Kaya bumababa yung field goal percentage dito ng Bataan compared to the first quarter. But they're getting good looks still, actually. It's really more of trying to stop Nueva Ecija in their half-court sets.
Vera able to recover that loose ball, finds Minus. Mitchell spins, nandun si Demusis. That's a tough look. JV Marcelino with a rebound, another stop for Nueva Ecija. It's really clamping down defensively. Robles could not handle the pass. It was a dangerous pass. Sazon draws the contact and is fouled by JV Marcelino.
I'm sure Bataan was very happy that Ives opted to go for the higher percentage look, attacking the basket instead of settling for the outside shot. He hasn't been able to hit his last 2 attempts.
The free throw of the game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
You see the players coming in right now for Bataan. These guys are no pushovers themselves. It's really more about how to make this unit work, especially in this final stretch of games for Bataan as they try to hold on for at least a playing spot in the north.
Marcelino drives and JC again.
You know, he may be tiny, puny, whatever you might say about him, but he plays so big when he's on the floor, and that's because of the huge heart that he has.
And Ives Sazon trying his best to keep Bataan in the thick of the fight, 29-19. JV looking for Jammer sa ilalim, gets deep in position, and the foul on Octubre.
When you're playing a lefty like Jammer Hamido, it's really best that you stay totally in front of him instead of giving him that angle to really rise up with the left hand.
Free throw shooting, Nueva Ecija really pounding it inside.
Oh, only missed once from the free throw line tonight. 13 out of 14 for the Rice Vanguards. Bataan has also just missed once, but they've only gone to the free throw line 4 times in this game.
Jammer has 6 points. Off the bench, 31-19. Ang hindi nagbabagong quality ng roster pag nagpalitan ng tao dito for Nueva Ecija. Avi?
Tama ka dyan. And what's more important for Coach Don, I think what he really wants to reiterate to every unit that comes in is hindi magbago yung intensity sa depensa.
Sazon, no good.
In fact, you could actually argue that the defense right now for Nueva Ecija even tighter here in the second quarter compared to how the first unit fared in the first quarter.
Robles goes to Jammer Hamito, no good. Rebound nakuha ni Sazon. Ives. Utoy Ramirez is in the game, 31-19. Ramirez finds Sazon, the 3, no. Jammer Hamito secures the rebound. JC Marcelino, catch me if you can. Hard foul by Vento.
See what happened there, Sidel. Sazon already missed, and then the ball was delivered to JC Marcelino. I could notice how slow the reaction was by a couple of Bataan players in trying to get back down on defense when JC Marcelino was already past half court.
You really can't do that against JC Marcelino.
You know, when he's on the floor after the miss, you better get back down. Everybody, all 5 players, because you're going to need all hands on deck to stop this former MVP.
I also like the kicks, by the way.
Oh, yeah. You,
That's
Kobe, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark PE yan. Really looks nice.
Actually, yeah.
In real life, huh?
Is it the first time you've seen it?
It's the first time I've seen it.
Ang hirap hanapin yun ngayon, ha?
It's expensive.
Same.
It is expensive.
It's both hard to find and expensive.
I don't think they released it here. Kaya
Oh, sa States pa yata talaga nagagaling, sa abroad pa.
Vento. Ramirez, shot fake, lumapit. Back shot is good.
This is a nice backcourt that Bataan can work with here. Tutoy Ramirez and Alfred Flores, both very experienced playing with each other and both very experienced in trying to get wins for their respective squads. Let's see if they can do that here with Bataan. But Robbie Celis, of course, he does have other plans.
You see what he did there. Robbie says, oh, unsportsmanlike foul on JC Marcelino.
Eh, kanina pa nagbabangayan tong dalawang player na to eh. I think that might have been a very heavy hit on Tutoy Ramirez by JC.
They're taking a look at it.
Might have been some words said after Ramirez scored on JC Marcelino previously. Or even prior to that, you know, the physicality between these two guys have been immense already.
Kitang-kita na yan. 35-21. We are reviewing if it should be upgraded, downgraded, or it will stay.
I think it's pretty big not to let yourselves call an unsportsmanlike foul itong ating mga referees. Dahil
Emer Oreta, our head of operations, and Rudy Distrito, our head of security.
Unsportsmanlike foul on number 3, JC Marcelino is first.
Hard at work, as always.
oh yeah.
Commissioner Kenneth Duremdes is actually also here. Nasa opisina lang. Tutoy Ramirez, 2 free throws plus ball possession for Bataan. Coach Don Dulay, champion of Season 3 with the Davao Occidental Tigers. Only in his second season with Nueva Ecija. 35-23.
This could be a possible momentum shifting possession here para sa Bataan. Let's see what they do.
Ramirez, Octubre is there. You get the switch. Octubre shoots over JC. Rafi Octubre, and Bataan getting 4 points out of that sequence. And they're down by 10 with under 5 minutes to play in the first half. Vento all over the veteran Robbie Celis, but Robbie finds a way.
He is so shifty for a big man, but he does it in such simple fashion. I don't know if it's just really simple or he makes it look simple.
He makes it look simple. Play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. The skill level of Robbie Celis is right up there dito sa MPBL.
No doubt about it.
Elite.
It's through the roof compared to the other 4 guys here.
37-25, unable to complete the 3-point play. Octubre was waiting for the pass. Now he gets it. Flores fires a 3 over the top.
Every time, you know, Nueva Ecija, they witness a team trying to go on a run, there's just a few guys that you go to, and most of the time it was Robbie Celis who made that basket earlier, preventing Bataan from going on another run.
37-25. Celis against Octubre. There's a switch. Bento on him now. Celis wants to dance. Goes to Ayay. Open 3. That won't go. Rebound nakuha ni Tutoy Ramirez. Bigay kay Alfred Flores. Stops and hits the 3.
These two guys, they just love playing with each other. Tutoy Ramirez and Alfred Flores, 2 former ICC Blue Hawks, 2 former collegiate players who played under Coach Ogie Gumatay as well.
3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Flores had one thing in mind as soon as he got that basketball, and he nails the 3 to pull Bataan to within 9. Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Twenty 37-28. 3:40 remaining in the first half. Na kay JP Calvo ang bola. Villarias trying to answer with a three. No good. Tutoy Ramirez. That's a backcourt violation.
He already had 1 foot in, but I'm surprised it was the referee away from the basketball that actually called it, and the referee in front of the play did not even bother to blow his whistle.
Yun po ang tawag.
I think that was the contention of Bataan. Yeah, it definitely is the right call, but they're arguing bakit nga ba hindi yung referee na nasa harap ng play ang tumawag. But it is the right call. Ramirez already had 1 foot in.
Villarias. On to Celis. Labas kay Calvo. Now Macaloni. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Villarias pulls the trigger. No good. Octubre grabs the rebound. Kay Alfred Flores. Another good stop para dito sa Bataan. Vento fires. That won't go. Ramirez, wise play. Bounced it off Ayay.
Heads up right there para kay Tutoy Ramirez. Still a lot of time on the shot clock here. Good opportunity for another basket for Bataan.
Octubre, he'll fire a three. No.
Oh,
Alfred Flores is fouled by Toto Villarias.
and Villarias has been playing by foul trouble in this game. That's already number 3 on him. Kaya rin siya linabas na maaga during the first quarter was because he picked up 2 early ones. Flores right now at the line for 2 shots. Penalty na parehong teams dito si Delph.
Oh, and you know, Bataan getting back into this ball game. I think the effort is evident in the last few minutes here, Avi.
The speed of Bataan, I think, has improved, and I think it has given Nueva Ecija a lot of problems. You see here the numbers of Flores from their last game against Mindoro. 12 of his 18 points scored in the second half. 70% from the field, including 6 rebounds and 6 assists plus 2 steals. He really is a guy that plays more than his size. Just like JC Marcelino, you know, you also, ito si JP Calvo, nakabantayan niya ulit dito. He can affect the game in numerous ways.
And Will Macaloni, that is something that he needs to take. That is a shot that he needs to take with every chance that he gets at this point right now, Javi.
I agree.
You know, we're so used to Will attacking on his left. That's his strong side. Pero he's got to mix it up.
Tama ka dyan. And I think that's why madali na rin siyang nabasa ng Abra dun sa last game because he wasn't really...
He was gun shy dun sa nail.
You're right. And that's why he also had a lot of turnovers, 4 turnovers para sa kanya. That time, taking it with a lot of confidence. Doesn't have a bad stroke. He could that has been part of his game. Kaya lang hindi niya lang talaga ina-attempt in the past how many games already.
And Nueva Ecija already with 20 free throws. They've made 18 of them. And Bataan, I don't think it's really down to Nueva Ecija's aggressiveness. Kaya nakukuha nila yung benting free throw na yun, Javi.
Because, you know, when you're executing in the half court especially, it has to come down to a lot of decisiveness. And how do you develop that decisiveness in decision making? It's all about having the confidence. And how do you have confidence? You get it from a lot of practice, a lot of preparation. And that's where you're able to develop those kinds of things. And Nueva Ecija, you know, they're always very hard at work. The coaching staff, Coach Don Dulay, make sure that they're amply prepared each game. Especially with a mission in mind of winning the championship this year against way tougher opposition.
Bring us 1 for 2. Celis with a rebound. It's a 10-point lead for the Rice Vanguards. Under 2 minutes to play. Parehong kupunan, nasa penalty na. Ball knocked away by Flores. It will stay with Nueva Ecija with 13 seconds on their shot clock. Sazon comes in para kay Dante Pagyo. JL Capulong is defending Macaloni as well. Celis to JC Marcelino, back to Robbie. Makes his move, fade away, got it. What a shot. What a move as well.
I was gonna say already better coverage from Bringas, but just a tough make by Robbie Celis. He was already deep into that left side sa baseline.
Well, the footwork was set up in a way na magiging steady yung pag-attempt niya.
Yeah, the shoulders were squared.
Fade away na yun.
And that's where I think he really has pushed himself past a lot of the players here in this league. It's because of his mastery of that footwork, especially when he's near the basket.
Sazon, shot clock down to 2 when he made the attempt. JC spins and lays it in off the glass.
It's almost unfair how he makes it look so easy. That was a tough break with a lot of defense in front of him, but just making that pirouette to the middle from the left side.
Now others may find that shot difficult, but not JC Marcelino. That's his staple, actually. 45 to 31. 52 seconds remaining in the first half. Coach Don Dulay and the rest of the Rice Vanguards, they face Pasig on August 5, Binyan on August 12, and Imus on August 19. And, you know, the Rice Vanguards, you know, always, you know, big ambitions. Start of the year, syempre gusto nila championship. But, you know, the emergence of the Abra Solid North Weavers, they have, you know, all of a sudden laid down a marker as well. You know, that championship must go through us.
And that's just been very beneficial for us here in the MPBL, especially for the fans, that opposition continuing to grow stronger and stronger as Hubert Cani will try to give that much strength to Bataan here in this game.
Celis tries to go to work again against Bringas. There's a double team. Pumatake. JC is fouled. Another foul.
Just a well-timed cut. A slot cut by JC Marcelino as Celis was having his back to the basket once again. Trying to maneuver through that zone. Marcelino cutting from that left wing. The pass was also right on the money. Galing kay Robbie Celis.
It's been a On a pretty long first half, Javi.
Oh yeah, then a lot of fouls para sa Bataan. 30 total free throws for both teams here.
46-34. Last shot time para dito sa Risers. Hubert Cani has it. 8 seconds remaining. Cani fires a 3. No good. Kapulong offensive rebound. Still no go. Kapulong on the third try. And that made it in time sa second quarter buzzer natin dito sa Phil Oil Center in San Juan. And the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards enjoying a double-digit lead at the end of 2 quarters. Macaloni, Celis, and Marcelino combining for 32 of the 46. The big three of Nueva Ecija stepping up in that first half as they try to bounce back from that loss against the Abra solid North Weavers. Rice Vanguards in control at the break. We'll be right back.
The top pass down low. Kinyan is sprinting down the floor. JR stops on the dime and scores!
Mapapatalon ka kay JR Kinyahan. 26 points. Leading that fast break. A rare fast break layup para kay JR Kinyahan.
System as we know it that Coach Jerson Cabiltes likes to run, and that's an open secret. Everybody knows about it.
Eman Calo. Tinatawag na knockout play. Look at this. Galing ni Eman Calo doon. Nakatalikod si Mike Di Gregorio. Pastoran. 2 seconds remaining. Santos. By Maguliano. What an effort galing kay JP Maguliano. Hulog ng langit siya dito sa Pangasinan.
Mismo. He has really showed out. 25, 31, Lagrama. Oh, great pass. Gabaini, the cut and the basket.
He attracts so much attention because he's such a threat. They know that he can hit that jumper. He can get you off the bounce and attack the basket. Here, he gets by the screen, a little crossover, a little gather, and then Gabaini rolling there. And still, despite Gabaini rolling, all eyes were on topping Lagrama. 2 inches more, that could have been a slam, but still a pretty finish. Oh my goodness!
Pretty pass as well. Alexis Iman to Joe Gomez Deliano.
Highlights galore here in this game. Both teams dishing out great passes, leading to spectacular shots. Nice no-look pass there by He-Man, driving to the middle, and nobody from the opponents.
We are tied, 87 apiece. 53 seconds remaining. Decoy Lopez sidestep, gets the basket, plus a foul.
Certainly a big wasted opportunity for Pasig City. Nasayang liga din yung naging magandang save ni Rocky Asidre, leading it to this basket by Decoy Lopez.
Off the side of the board. Flores has time. He gets it to Gabo. Hesed, the 3. Got it! To beat the buzzer in the first period. Hesed Gabo turns the deficit to 4 as Pangasinan able to beat the buzzer right here. Lervin Flores, quick thinking for him. And Hesed Gabo able to knock down this tough three-pointer over Enzo Hoson.
That's a much-needed basket para sa Pangasinan.
Ayan, Big Boy Hernandez, Ronnie Alonte, and Carlo Lastimosa. The 5 on the floor for Binyan. Carlo Lastimosa floats in the air and scores.
Wow. Carlo Lastimosa turning back the clock with that double clutch attack to the cup. Ganda ng galaw na yan para kay Carlo. Batang-bata. Goes to De La Cruz, and again, he turns the ball over.
A lazy pass, terrible decision. Oh! Raise the roof!
David Defonso treating the fans here inside the Robert Estrella Memorial Stadium with a dunk.
And that time, that was after that terrible pass that was delivered by Lakap. You have to be very wary of the decisions you make against this Abra defense because they're always going to be on their feet.
For Nueva Ecija, JC Marcelino. Atake. JC, couple of fakes. Labas kay Mocon. Mocon draws closer. Finds Manaytay! Oh! He just posterized Miles Canyal! Christian Manaytay, that was nasty! Our Gixer, great move of the game, aboard for greatness!
Por Diyos, por Santo. Wow! My goodness! Me oh my!
That's a body right there! He caught a body, Javi!
I told you, Sadal! I told you!
He caught a body in Miles Canyal!
Pag ikaw talaga yung nagko-cover ng games, he will have one vicious slam at least.
Right, third quarter now about to resume between the Bataan Risers and the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. We're still live from Phil Oil Center here in San Juan. The score is 46-36 in numbers after first three quarters here, Sidel. And you see how Nueva Ecija has really dominated despite their lack of shooting from the outside. It's their number of free throws that have really contributed to them making this advantage at the half, but Bataan has did their part in terms of shooting it from the outside. That's what's kept them at a manageable distance.
Oo, pero nahihirapan dito yung Bataan to catch up because every time they sort of build a little bit of momentum, natatawagan sila ng mga fouls, and you have to give credit to itong Nueva Ecija because they've been very aggressive and then really try to exploit their advantage with Macaloni and Celis and the bigs nila dun sa ilalim.
You would think after a loss like they experienced against Abra, medyo magkakaroon ng konting gigil. Siyempre gusto nila talagang bumawi in a huge way, but they've been doing things in such a controlled manner dito sa laro na to. And it's no surprise because these guys are professionals, legit veterans that have really gone through a lot and they know how to play as a unit. They're not going to try and make things that's not going to be beneficial para sa kanila.
But if I'm Bataan, Javi, right now, I still like where I'm at, but nahayaan, unfortunately for them, they allowed Wilson to get the easy two there. Pero, you know, I'm still within striking distance. All I need is a chance here.
You're right. I would just like to avoid getting into deep holes, and three-point shots like that really are helping me rise up from that. Carl Bringas has been solid actually para sa Bataan here in this game, but it's really that stopping Nueva Ecija in those kinds of attempts that has prevented Bataan from getting even closer in this game.
And Will Macaloni, like what I'm seeing here from him. That's a couple of perimeter jumpers already from Will Macaloni.
Well, it was
He doesn't need to take that short roll all the time.
yeah.
Abby.
It was already mentioned how much these guys really are very heavy on film work, and I'm sure the coaching staff, sila na mismo nag-advise kay Will na this is the kind of game that we want from you from this point moving forward. As we see another basket by John Wilson, who's getting a couple of baskets already inside here in the third quarter. Bataan not showing any resistance in the interior when Wilson is the one driving inside.
11-point lead for the Rice Vanguards. 2 minutes gone by here in the third. Kani, 4 seconds to work with. Hubert fires. Too strong. Santos with a rebound. And Calvo is whistled for the foul.
You love the effort coming from Bataan, salvaging what could have been a turnover already on their part, but it would be better if I'm Coach Ogie and Coach Goody to see these guys really execute their plays to a T rather than committing errors like that could lead to near turnovers.
Bringas. Bigay kay Javier. Na kay Maines, the in and out dribble. Wilson staying in step, fade away. Mitchell puts it in.
Could have actually been a foul as well on John Wilson there.
Has to defend Wilson on the other end as well. Not an easy task.
Yeah, after making a basket, you have to move on quickly.
This is the play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Could have gotten a little bit of the arm, but yeah, like I said, you know, if you already made that basket. Gotta move on to the next play and focus on what's in front of you. And that was defending John Wilson, which he didn't do well.
Meanwhile, let's go to Lyra Punsalan.
Coming from Coach Goody Ilagan's pregame mindset na nothing is impossible as they face Nueva Ecija, the Bataan coaching staff kept that belief alive sa halftime huddle. Pero, of course, double urgency na. They specifically pointed out na nabuta sila sa weak side by veterans Robbie Celis and JC Marcelino. Kaya ang marching orders, pag kumawak ng bola, hide it. Bigay nyo ang best nyo, block nyo sila. From belief to action na ang shift. Walang takot, just pure grit to shut down Nueva Ecija's go-to guys. Back to you guys.
Boy, hit the rim. Sorry about that. Naira kasi medyo... Did that hit the rim?
I think it did.
It should not have been a shot clock.
Well, our referee's not even deciding to review it. Let's see it.
Yeah,
There you go. Yeah, that should have been a reset. That should not have been a turnover on the part of Bataan. I'm surprised, but the Risers did not even try to contest that and just let it go on to the next play.
And it is ang follow-up ni Santos on that miss from Bringas. It's back to Nueva Ecija. Calvo gets away.
That's just slight hesitation right there to freeze the defense. Zooming himself forward for that 2 points. Incredible burst of speed by JP Calvo. See this one here. A little brush screen from Will Macaloni. Just stopping right there in the middle and then going back into the front to finish with the left hand. 56-43 is the score.
That's a Gixxer fan of the game, born for greatness. Okay talaga pag nanood ka at may snack ka.
Siyempre naman. Hindi complete ang experience kung wala kang snacks.
Kaya nga, lalo na dito sa Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in San Juan. Tsaka dapat bagong labas sa nail salon.
Kaya ang hirap maging babae. Eh, pag ganyan-ganyan pa nalalaman eh. Buti na lang tayo mga lalaki, di natin kailangan yan.
Marami din naman. It has its advantages and disadvantages. Inside they go. Vera, 5 seconds. Javier draws closer. Jumper is good para kay Chris Javier.
That's only his first basket here tonight. Ito si Chris Javier. Hasn't been much of an impact in this game.
Robbie inside. Robbie Celis. When he gets that deep, bye-bye ka na.
At nakita mo yung mindset ni Robbie. You notice that not just in this game, Sidel, but every time the opposing team is bound to make a run or on the verge of making a comeback, he goes quick to attack on the other side to restore order to Nueva Ecija.
And Dom Vera is fouled by JC Marcelino. It's been tough for Bataan. This is a great move. Galing kay Chris Javier. Kumagat si Macaloni on the fake.
I agree with a nice shot, but that also was Nueva Ecija putting Bataan in another late shot clock situation. And you saw that quick move by Robbie Celis to attack near the left side. That has always or often been his point of attack whenever an opposing team is trying to come back into a game.
45-58. I'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. 1 for 2 para kay Dom Vera. 12-point game. Nueva Ecija ahead. 5:20 remaining here in the third. Marcelino. Macaloni now with Wilson. Wilson. Lumapit. John Wilson. It's been all layups here para kay John Wilson here in the third.
And you see how Robbie Celis encouraged him to go for that drive. Sumisigaw si Robbie, go, go, walang help.
Javier, turnaround shot, gets it to go.
Pati siguro si Will Macaloni, nagulat, napangiti na lang siya. Another tough look there by Chris Javier.
Wilson gets it to Macaloni. Jumper from Will. You gotta love it.
And he hasn't missed a jumper in this game, Sedef.
Yeah.
That's now 14 markers in the game for the Cebuano big man.
Flores against Calvo. Foul on JP.
And that's just so difficult for a team like Bataan going up against a team like Nueva Ecija. But this is another great take by Chris Javier. See here how many threats you have to try and neutralize against Nueva Ecija.
No, you gotta stop the penetration, and then Macaloni is hitting from that 15 feet, from 15 feet. So he's up. Javier, the drive. Vera, corner three, won't go. Rebound, Ryan Costello, who's in the ball game for the first time. Celis, atake. Ball taken away by Vera, spinning away from trouble. Dom Vera, fouled by Wilson.
And he had to make a decision. I think he was also thinking of trying to leave it behind for the trailing Chris Javier. Sazon was at the corner on the right, available for a three-point shot, but Vera just deciding to go all the way instead of committing a turnover dahil may chance na mangyari sa kanya yun if he tried to go for those passes.
Commissioner Kenneth Duremdes in the middle. With head of operations Emer Oreta and Rudy Distrito, head of security. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Vera knocks down the second. And Wilson, pahinga muna siya. 62-50. Bataan hanging in there. Costello now against Alfred Flores. Robbie Celis. So Robbie layup, no. Marcelino stick back, 2 points.
And that's coming from being on the ground.
Hindi ko nga alam kung ano nangyari dun eh.
It's just a mad scramble underneath and still able to go high for that putback attempt.
Sazon, that's a tough fadeaway that he converts.
Although Bataan has not been able to hit at the same rate as Nueva Ecija in this game, just 37% compared to 57%. They've been making some tough shots.
Macaloni, Mintis, Flores, Bumelo against Costello, Alfred layup plus the foul.
But the early work was made by Chris Javier there, sealing, I think it was Robbie Celis. There you go, which enabled space for Flores to drive against Costello.
55-64. Alfred has 8 points. Perfect at the line. Costello fires a jumper. Binawian. See Alfred Flores and Ryan Costello taking on the challenge of the young guy, Alfred Flores.
People might tend to forget how explosive a scorer Ryan Costello was during his days with Pasig City.
Costello completes the 3-point play. And it's back up to 12 ang lamang ng Nueva Ecija. Fred.
Ooh. That's definitely going to merit at least a warning. Referee,
Walang foul. Yan ang sinabi.
kita.
Minsan gusto ko talaga i-reenact ito mga coaches natin dito. Sazon, free, jumper. He rattles that one in.
11 points now in the game for Ives Sazon. Now, if they could continue to get him going in this one and add a little more help, I think guys like Chris Javier already starting to hum here. Well, to continue also the work of Alfred Flores, that's going to be a big thing for the Risers.
The cross-court pass. Sazon for 3. No. Javier with a rebound.
Oh, he wants to take on Ayay.
And it's back out to Sazon, and it's a poor pass. Costello slipped. Travel.
Yep. That's the right call. A good thing for Bataan, they forced a turnover early in the possession of Nueva Ecija, which gives them, I think this gives them around two, 3 more possessions here in this quarter that could bring the lead back down to maybe 6 or 4 points.
Javier in trouble. Turnover again. Costello. The bounce pass. Robles for 2.
He had to thread the needle with that pass. What a find by Ryan Costello.
Javier fires, no good. 67 to 59. No, 69 to 57 rather. Costello's runner is short. Flores. Vera is ahead of the pack. That's last touch. Ni Toto Villarreal. It will stay with Bataan. And we check out this fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop, personal karaoke speaker every day. Karaoke.
What a find by Ryan Costello.
And that was halfway in para kay JL Capulong. Under a minute remaining in the third. Rice Vanguards protecting a 12-point lead. Robles fires a 3, no go. Agawan sa rebound, it's last touch by the white shirts.
Yeah, I think they're checking if they're going to challenge right here. I don't think they will.
Villarreal wide open. Rebound ni Dom Vera. 12-second differential game clock and shot clock. Flores, a layup, smooth. Galing kay Alfred Flores. It's back to a 10-point lead.
Swabe, naging galaw doon ni Alfred Flores. And impressive as well yung kanyang game management doon. Made the decision to hold the ball down. That is a
They're not
good foul.
Yeah, they're not dead in the penalty. This is the Gixxer great move of the game, born for greatness. The beautiful ball fake and the early takeoff para kay Alfred Flores on that finger roll. Costello. Play broken up by Capulong. Here comes Bataan. May oras pa dito. Sazon fires. No. And that will do it. Third quarter in the books dito sa San Juan. Itong Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards actually is still in control at the moment. Highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration, maintaining net double-digit advantage itong Nueva Ecija.
You know, the guys from the bench just doing their part, and Will Macoloni, stunning performance para sa kanya. Just one miss out of those jumpers that he attempted, helping Nueva Ecija maintain this 10-point lead heading into the final frame.
Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. In the fourth quarter, about to start here. JC Marcelino had 14 points against the Abra Solid North Weavers, 11 in the second half tonight. Meron na siyang 14 puntos on 5 of 5 field goal shooting, Javi.
Well, he's definitely having a much easier time tonight. The defense doesn't seem to bother him in any way whatsoever. Perfect from the field still. Ito si JC Marcelino compared to how he faced the opposition against Abra, where he was still impressive at 6 out of 11 but committed 3 turnovers in that game. And tonight, Nueva Ecija has limited their errors, only down to 7 turnovers compared to the 19 that they had against Abra, while forcing 11 on the side of Bataan. A lot of those coming in the third quarter. A big reason why the Risers could not come closer in this game.
JV Marcelino, MJ Ayay, Billy Robles, Jammer Hamito, and Toto Villarias ang 5 sa loob for the Rice Vanguards. Ayay drives, off-balance shot won't go. Offensive rebound, nakuha ni MJ sa ilalim na agaw ni Kapulong. And the white shirts will have a crack at it. Quarter scoring 22-14. Nueva Ecija in the first, 24-22 in the second, and 23 all in the third. And that's where we stand right now. 69-59 after that Flores miss from beyond the arc. JV is fouled. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, the momentum moving forward was met with the force of Jamil Gabawan going towards the guy with the basketball, JV Marcelino. Definitely a foul.
We're not seeing Christian Manaytay today para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
Yeah, that's why we haven't been seeing some dunks.
Yeah, nasa ano siya, galing siya na 3x3 duty.
You're right, yeah, with Mac Talio.
And answering the call for the country, syempre.
Sayang, dahil parati pa naman may dunk pag ikaw nagko-cover kay Christian.
Kaya nga, free throw of the game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. But I saw Christian Manaytay earlier. I think he's there, no?
Yeah, he is. In street clothes.
Sila Tosi Tancinco. Kaya pa-wave-wave pa eh, oh. Sino kaya kinakawayan ng mga to?
Si Tosi, mahaba-haba na rin yung naging bakasyon niyan eh. And that just speaks to the depth of this Rice Vanguard squad.
Jammer, that ball knocked away by Kapulong. Gabawan has to lead the break. Jamil, finger roll, won't go. 3-on-1, JV to Jammer. 14 ulit ang lamang dito for Nueva Ecija.
Yeah, 3-on-1 fast breaks, almost a sure thing for anybody with the advantage. It's just going to be much of a pity if you're not able to finish.
Kapulong inside, fouled by Jammer. This is the fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X-Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere. Beautiful delivery galing kay JV Marcelino. JL Kapulong is at the line. One player who really needs to go to work here in the fourth. Played sparingly in that first half.
Yeah, but in the moments leading up to the fourth quarter, the dying minutes rather, of that third period, he helped Bataan push their intensity defensively. In fact, he came up with a couple of steals against Nueva Ecija.
Inside, Jammer. No good. Natapik ni Sazon. And it's a whistle going against Ives Sazon. I thought he got all ball there.
Yeah, same. Nice rotation defensively for Bataan. Everybody getting to their spots as quickly as they could on time. But the Rice Vanguards, you know, their aggressiveness has just been relentless.
It's been a while since we seen William Bing on the floor here.
And I think this is ever since he started the game. He has not been able to return. This is the first time.
William Bing. Binalik na dito, pero alam mo, Bataan needs to make a push now.
Oh yeah.
14 points ang lamang ng Nueva Ecija. Make that 15, courtesy of that free throw galing kay Jammer Hamito, who now has 10 points and 7 rebounds off the bench.
This is now the biggest lead of the game for the Rice Vanguards. Ooh, and this is definitely not going to help Bataan. Errors like this have plagued their chances.
Absolutely.
I remember in the third quarter where they already were able to make 3 consecutive stops, but they also made 3 consecutive turnovers.
Toto, no. Rebound. Billy. Inside. Billy Robles. Easy does it. That's how reliable the Ilonggo Superman is when he's on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Pag malapit ang bola, you can trust him to get that 50-50 ball.
And Bataan now slowly falling into that hole that we mentioned they should avoid. And what's nice about Billy Ray Robles is, you know, he's been a very accomplished player here in this league, but there is no ego. He has absolutely no qualms about playing as a role player for Coach Don Dulay this season.
Absolutely, and Rice Vanguards up by 17. Babalik kami. Bataan's next 3 games, it's a tough test against Binyan. They will be favored against Manila Batang Quiapo, but again, they slip back into the underdog role against Pampanga on August 19.
Well, that's going to be a tough game for them going up against a rival in the Northern Division. Halos magkatabi lang yung dalawang probinsya na yan rin.
Katabi. No, nandun yung yung boundary.
Mismo nga pala.
Dadaanan natin yan. JV. Tough move. Hamito all alone. 19-point lead, Nueva Ecija.
You saw how the defense has really followed JV Marcelino all the way into the right side, leaving the opportunity for a lone offensive rebound. At Javier there hitting the 3-point shot. This is not impossible para sa Bataan, but they need to get going and get some stops quickly.
Marcelino to Jammer. He's fouled by Sazon. So free throws coming up para dito kay Jammer Hamito. The 4th team foul already para dito sa Bataan, and we still have 6.5 minutes remaining in the game.
And Nueva Ecija, they're just never satisfied. You know, it doesn't matter how big the lead is, what the score is. they're not playing the score. They're making sure that they are continuing to make good habits because they know that is what it takes for them to move into the next level and try and make it to the top of the mountain this season.
81-63 ang ating talaan dito. Cani on to Javier. Sazon against Robles. Blocked by Billy.
Just impressive defense right there by the Ilonggo Superman. Sazon trying to take him back to the basket, but Robles playing him well. Disciplined defense without fouling.
Warning on the risers, number 22, Yves Sazon for unsportsmanlike behavior.
6 minutes and 16 seconds remaining. Marcelino, Chan, 3, no good. Hamito with the rebound. And secured by Javier. Na kay Sazon ngayon, nabitawan ng bola. He recovers and finds Pagyo, who misses the 3. Oh, Yambing rather.
Yeah, but that's a foul that Nueva Ecija could afford to give. You know, they're up by 18 points right now. 5 minutes and 49, only their second team foul, while Bataan has already been in the penalty for quite some time.
It's 12-4 to start of the quarter here. Javier, itis ang kanyang 3. Villarias, got it. He rattles that one home to make it a 20-point advantage para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
And that's only Nueva Ecia's second 3. All 2 3-point shots of Nueva Ecija in this game belonging to Byron Villarias, while Yves Sazon has scored the 7th 3-pointer for the Risers in this game. 14 points para sa kanya, pero 17 ang hinahabol nila dito. Oh,
Short from Chan, Yambing quickly to Cani. It's 2 versus 2. He waits for Sazon. It's back-to-back 3-pointers para kay Yves Sazon. Baba sa 14 ang lamang ng Nueva Ecija with 5 minutes remaining in the ballgame.
you can never count out a team like Bataan with such experienced players right there. Hubert Cani, the one responsible for setting up Yves Sazon on both of his 3-point shots, trimming this gap to just 14 points.
That's our fan of the game, brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Huwag kayong magtago.
Nagkahiyaan pa.
Oo. Pag pumunta kayo sa game, you expect.
You should be ready to be in front of the camera.
Lalo na pag gritty.
Siyempre naman.
They bottle up Cap Robbie. Oh, Javier leaks out. Nice fake. Chris Javier for 2. It's down to 12 ang lamang ng Nueva Ecija. 4.5 minutes remaining.
Cool, calm, and composed on the break. Ito si Chris Javier making his presence felt here in the second half.
Little zone here. Marcelino and Sazon had to give up the foul. This is the fast break of the game, brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners ng Extreme Magpalamig. Free installation for split-type air conditioners. Ang gusto ko doon, dalawang big man na nag-combine for that fast break.
JL Capulong and Chris Javier.
And Macaloni sinks the first free throw. It's his daughter right there. 1 for 2 for Will.
That's a crucial miss. Nueva Ecija has only missed 3 free throws prior to that.
Javier thought about it. Nice fake. De Muses is on Sazon now. Javier, turnaround shot, short rebound to Robbie Celis. 84-71. Under 4 minutes remaining. Yung depensang Bataan travel on JV Marcelino.
Yeah, and he knew it. Unable to establish his pivot foot.
.345 remaining here in the fourth. Flores. Tangan ng bola ngayon. Alfred to Chris. I thought he had an opportunity there. Sazon! Count the basket plus the foul.
Yeah, and that's the reason why he didn't take it. He wanted it to go to their hot hand. Ives has already scored on 2 3-point shots. This is his 8th straight point, and he could go for 9 straight para sa Bataan Risers. Oh, that's a big miss though from the free throw line.
84-73. Sazon already with 19 in the game. Macaloni, binabatayan ni Kapulong to De Muses. They swing it over to Robbie Celis. Celis is fouled.
The foul is going to go against William Bing. Could not keep his hands outside the cookie jar.
Let's go to Lyra Punsalan.
For Robbie Celis, it's all about defense and effort lately, especially after being tested by the league's younger and faster Abra squad. Hindi naman kami natakot or nag-alinlangan, he said, admitting their defense was just totally off that day. But in true vet fashion, he brushed it off with a laugh. Anyway, kalimutan na yon. Now he's moving forward with a much-needed wake-up call and a mindset na dapat pumawi. No excuses, just hustle. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much. You know, as the veteran and captain of this team, and where you can see Robbie Celis what needs to be done to get back. But speaking of getting back, the Risers have trimmed the deficit to single digits here, only down to 9. Marcelino, oh, JC.
You were saying, Mr. Tupas, another big basket for JC Marcelino in the clutch. Let's see how Bataan responds.
Yambing knocks down the 3. And they continue to stay within the tails of the Rice Vanguards here. Talking about the Risers.
Just hanging by a thread. Oh.
Ball knocked away. Flores. What a wasted opportunity.
It has really prevented Bataan from getting back within a closer distance in this game. Definitely a put on the line. Could have brought the lead back down to just 7 points.
And Calvo returns for JV Marcelino. De Muses is back on the bench. Pinalitan siya ni Wilson. Marcelino, basket plus the foul.
He's just too lightning quick para dito kay William Bing. Check out what happened here. A little DHO galing kay Robbie Celis. And then the burst of speed galing kay JC Marcelino left William Bing in the dust.
Here's the thing, you think you're there,
No.
but you're not.
And now you see me, now you don't.
12-point advantage for the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Minute and 54 remaining. We'll be right back. Neves Sazon with a big bounce back game tonight. Had 4 points against Mindoro. 19 points tonight. But itong Bataan Risers down at the moment by 12 with a minute and 54 remaining.
No, he's managed to get them to within striking distance a lot of times in this game. It's just that costly turnovers have really hurt the cause of Bataan sa laro na to. And just timely baskets as well from big-time players for Nueva Ecija.
Sazon misses. Rebound ends up with Wilson and it's off to JP Calvo.
Yeah, and I love how JP Calvo just slowed things down, did not try, and still forced the transition opportunity. It's just game management from here on out for Nueva Ecija, avoiding what could be a miracle for Bataan in this game.
JP Calvo steady tonight. And pretty much yun yung kailangan sa kanya dito. For Nueva Ecija. Already a loaded team when he came in. Yun ang that's the the thing about really strong teams. So how when you beef up, when you acquire new players, question mark lagi yan will they alter the landscape in the team, or will they just fit in like a glove?
You're right. And that all boils down to how management and the coaching staff really are able to address and really define yung kanilang mga roles sa team nila. That's very important. It all starts there. And it's up to the players if they're gonna...
Especially with a winning team.
You're right, exactly.
Yeah, look at this block from Captain Robbie.
Everybody just tries to lead by example. What I mean by that is everybody is trying to be at their best all the time.
Yeah, Gabi, ibang klase yung professionalism dito.
The pursuit of excellence is incredible for a team like Nueva Ecija.
Oh, it's Bataan basketball.
And of course, that standard was started by their team owner, Sir Bong Cuevas, and the entire Cuevas family.
For sure. Boss Bong. Papahinga siguro si Boss Bong ngayon, kaya hindi siya nanood dito sa game natin.
Actually, one of the few times na hindi sila nanood.
Yeah, he was, last time I saw him was in the Abra game. 92-78. Looks like Rice Vanguards have done enough here to pick up win number 19 this season. They still have 9 games remaining. And we have a couple of months left in our regular season. Calvo gets it to go. Javier. The door is shut. Javier fires. Rebound Macaloni, and this will pretty much do it. The Rice Vanguards have bounced back from that loss to Abra, picking up win number 19 for the season. It's a 94-78 victory over the Bataan Risers. Risers holding on to that number 10 spot, but they are now equal with Quezon City in terms of the number of losses. They're 1 win ahead. Pero yun nga, tabla na sila dun sa kanilang mga pagkatalo. The best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. It was important for JC Marcelino and the rest of the Rice Vanguards to come up with a response tonight.
Yeah, in the end game for Nueva Ecija, usually it's only 2 players. who really demand the basketball and are willing to hit the big shots. And well, one of them is Robbie Celis, but the other guy, of course, former league MVP JC Marcelino, hitting some big baskets again to keep the Risers at bay in this game.
Final score 94-78 Nueva Ecija over Bataan. And Robbie Celis also played splendidly. Will Macaloni was also a candidate for our best player of the game. Pero punta tayo kay Lyra with JC Marcelino.
JC, congratulations. Sa huddle ng Bataan kanina, ikaw nga yung tina-target na i-block. Pero nakapag-produce ka pa rin at perfect ka pa nga sa field goals. How did you make it happen?
Yun lang, ginagawa ko lang naman lagi yung best ko as a player, ayun, para matulungan ko yung team ko. Ayun, effort lang siguro yung ginawa ko kanina para makuha namin yung panalo. Tsaka yung nakuha kong best player yon.
At nakapag-regrouping na nga daw kayo. What are your key takeaways from that loss to Abra? That after that game, nakadalawang panalo na ulit kayo ngayon?
Ayun, sobrang lesson learned sa amin yun. Natalo kami sa Abra. Nakita namin yung mga pagkakamali namin. Tapos ang tagal namin practice, di ba? Na-cancel pa nga yung isang game namin para makapag-prepare kalaban Bataan. Kaya yun, siguro gumanda kahit papaano yung namin. Pero hindi pa rin kami titigil. Gagawin pa rin namin yung mga pagkukulang namin sa training.
JC, may mga gusto ka pa bang pasalamatan?
Yun, pinapasalamatan ko yung lahat ng mga sumusuporta sa Nueva Ecija, yung mga Cuevas family. Yan, maraming salamat sa inyo, tsaka yung family ko na nanood. Yan, asawa ko, tsaka yung anak ko, tsaka pamangkin ko. Yan, si Andy rin. Yun, maraming salamat, tsaka yung mga Katolis ko. Thank you so much sa inyo, tsaka yung mga tropa ko sa Olongapo, yun.
Excuse me. Maraming salamat, JC Marcelino of the Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards. Our best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Back to you guys.
Thank you.
Maraming salamat. And JC Marcelino, perfect 7 of 7 on his way to 20 points to lead Nueva Ecija to their 19th win of the season. Tabla na sila sa taas ng North Division with Abra and San Juan. And after this, meron tayong laban. Isa pa tayong laban dito. Basilan Star Horse against the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Dito lang sa MPBL. Magbabalik kami.